What's good, YouTubers? This is your host, amonthecoder, and today is day 4 of the 100 Day of Code Challenge. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to let you know, and I will be honest, that I did not want to do anything today. As a matter of fact, when I came home, I started to eat my food, and then after my food, I just wanted it to be lazy. But you know what? After I finished watching my SG1, which stands for Stargate, the TV series, after watching 2 episodes, I snuck in an extra episode. I started to finish Module 1 for the Responsive Web Design Certificate on Free Code Camp. And just to show you guys, let's go ahead. This one right here, where it says create a set of radio buttons, it's going to be hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be difficult. But once you get the hang of it, everything else is going to be a breeze. I'm not going to tell you the lesson itself or the answer. I'm just going to let you sweat through it like I did. That being said, I was able to finish off the section. Let's go ahead and see what can computers do. And in this section, I learned about modules, modulars, which is the percentage sign. And what that basically does is that, according to the YouTuber who, or the PowerPoint presenter, it said when you, and they're using the language Python, when you use the print with parentheses 10 space percentage sign space 3, close the parentheses, the console will bring back a 1, meaning that it would just ignore the answer and give you the remainder, which was pretty cool because I didn't know about that modulo or whatever it is that it's called, and I'm sorry if I butchered it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you guys know that I also did a little bit of research in between downtime at my job, and I came across this book because I wanted to know a little bit more about HTML and CSS. And as of me telling you this, which is January 18, 2022 at 7:59 p.m., it's already up to HTML5 and CSS3. As I said, I was doing some research on my downtime at my job, and the 3 most common codes that I came up with of the research would be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And this book that I had purchased while on downtime, and it's being shipped by Amazon because I didn't want to go anywhere, just go straight home and whatnot. I'll be getting it by tomorrow. It's called HTML and CSS Design and Build Websites, first edition. It's written by Joan Duggett. Now, some of the commentators had mentioned that it's a little bit outdated, but in other websites that I was able to do research on, and I did a little percentage. I'm not going to say that I did a ton of research. I always do my research like statistics. You know, you take a small sample and then you come up with a conclusion or population or whatever it is you want to call it. And the majority that was coming up was the HTML, CSS design and build websites, which I would highly recommend for you guys to get. Because I definitely want to be able to delve deeper into building an awesome website. Because HTML and CSS is not enough. That I was reading that once you incorporate JavaScript, it'll make the web page more responsive and looking cooler, which is what I want because I always like to be the odd out of the bunch. I always like to go above and beyond what I'm doing. which is what I hope you're doing too, because then it'll teach you things about yourself, the do's and the don'ts, your likes and your don't likes. Well, peoples, it's been an interesting day. I couldn't wait to come home to be able to learn this stuff, to continue the coding, to continue watching this, and pretty soon I'm gonna have my book. So for my downtime at work, I'll be able to sneak in a couple of pages to learn more about the HTML, CSS. I do understand that it's a little bit outdated, but some of the stuff that I came up with, and some people were talking about that it's good to know the overall beginnings of HTML and CSS. Book is highly recommended. I'll let you guys know about the book each and every day. Probably going to be reading about 10 pages per day, just to keep myself busy. Do me a favor, peoples. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe. Please share this content, for that way whomever in your group or whomever that you know in your feeds or in your social media that they want to join this 100 days of code challenge, please do so, because it'll definitely teach you a lot. And if you're like me that loves to learn, there's nothing better in life than keeping yourself ahead of the game. I do know that with the industry that I'm getting into, you're going to have to come in with a mindset of continuously learning, because technology is ever growing, and every single day there's new breakthroughs and whatnot. So you got to have that mindset, peoples. All right, peoples, this is amonthecoder coming to you with another video. Signing off. Peace.